Hey everybody, Ken Tripp with eXp Realty, partnered up with Ricky Carruth and the Evolution Group, here to bring you another video about the 5 things you need to think about when you're a brand new agent. 5 actions you've got to take to be successful when you're first starting out. We're going to dive right into them, so let's not waste any time. Number 1, you've got to determine where your business is going to come from. Now that could mean, what lead sources are you going to get your business from? How are you going to attack your business at the very beginning? That's going to start with a business plan. That's going to start with a business plan like any other business would, where you're going to sit down, plan out your first 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Even though it may not go entirely according to plan, you want to have a game plan and have a plan of where you're going to go and where it's going to come from. So that business plan, which will be a much bigger project than just the video that we're doing right now, but that business plan is going to break down exactly where those leads are going to come from and at least give you some direction. So, for example, you might be saying, well, my circle of influence will be my biggest and easiest one. Friends, family, my network, people that I know. And that might work for a lot of people, but for some people that don't have a big network or are moving into a different city and don't know anybody, there's just quite a few examples of people that start with a very limited, very small network. That might not work. Your circle of influence, for example, if you're relying on that, you don't have a big one, that's not going to be one of your, say, core 4 ideas of where to get your leads from. So, for some people, maybe circle of influence might be the network. For some people, maybe not. You might go after open houses. You might be thinking about door knocking. You might be thinking about online leads. You might be thinking about any number of different lead sources, and you want to sit down and say, okay, what are the 6 to 8 to 10 lead sources that maybe I'm going to go with, and figure out what those are, what you're good at, what the low-hanging fruit is, so you're not trying to reinvent the wheel at the very beginning. But definitely map it out. Most agents make the mistake of not mapping out where those leads are going to come from and kind of just winging it, calling all their friends, all their family, going on social, and calling it a day and wondering what happened. You've got to put the word out there, but you've got to do it in way more than just 1 or 2 directions. You've got to have 6 to 8 to 10 different lead sources. Number 2, you've got to build your schedule. Coming off the business plan, you're going to have a 12, a 9, a 6, a 3-month plan. You're going to have a quarterly plan. We want to turn that quarterly plan into a weekly plan, into a daily to-do list, into a daily schedule. So we're going to want to know, what's my daily number? For example, if it's 40 conversations to 1 transaction, as a new agent, it might be 80 conversations to 1 transaction. You're going to have to figure that out as you go along. But if we take the number of, say, 40 to 60 conversations to 1 transaction, you're going to want to say, okay, what's my number going to be daily? How many people do I need to talk to in a given day in order to make sure I hit my number of contacts, hit my number of deals? Now, again, as a new agent, this is going to take a lot longer than the regular seasoned agent who's been in it 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It might be 40 to 1. For you, it might be 80 to 1. It might be 100 to 1. If you're just starting out and don't have the network, don't have the skill set, and you have to build on that, the number might be bigger than you think. However, instead of getting discouraged, just make those numbers happen. Give yourself a daily schedule. I get up at this time. I have a morning routine that does this and slingshots me into my day with momentum. Once I get to work, get to the office, these are the actions I need to take on a daily basis in order to move the needle and in order to make the contacts that I want to make, in order to hit the numbers I want to hit to be successful that first year. Number 3, study the market. The number 1 thing you can do that will make you head and shoulders better than every other new agent out there is going to be knowing the market better than they do. So every single day, set up your hot sheets. Set up your searches. Make sure that you know what's going on in the townhouse market, what's going on in the condo market, what's going on in the multifamily market, what's going on in the new house market, what's happening in all different markets. You've got time on your hands. Study the market, become an expert. So when someone asks you a question like, how's the market? It's not just, it's pretty good. You're going to have a real answer. Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to sell? Are you looking to rent? Are you looking, what areas are you looking at? Well, here's what's going to happen. You'll be able to speak knowledgeably on what's going on in certain areas and certain neighborhoods. Even going so far as to set up different searches for different neighborhoods. If you have major popular neighborhoods in your city or in your town, get to know them really, really well. Get to know what's happening in those places. So when people ask you about a certain house, ask you about a certain street, you have a pretty good idea of what's going on there. The more you can educate yourself in the market, the more you'll see patterns, the more you'll see what happens up and down. You'll become the knowledge broker in your market. Number 4, find a mentor or a coach. Find someone you can lean on, someone who's going to be there to answer your questions daily. If your broker is not around as much as you'd like him to be, make sure you've got someone else you can call, connect with weekly, daily. Your mentor or your coach is going to be someone who's going to answer those questions when you need them, who's going to propel you and keep you accountable week by week. And if you don't have that, go out and find that, whether it's online, whether it's in your office, whether it's another broker in your city. Do what you can to find that coach or that mentor who can answer those questions for you. If you can be part of a bigger group that's allowed to connect with you, that will network with you, that will show you different things, and maybe you get on morning Zoom calls, maybe you get on some kind of accountability prospecting calls, maybe you line up with someone who's going to just push you forward, set goals with you. Did you make your calls? Did you take your activities? Did you do the things you're supposed to be doing? Find those people, find that person in your office, find them outside of your office. It could be anywhere really, but find someone who's going to hold you by the hand and drag you to success, or at least push you in the right direction and give you the accountability you need at the very beginning. Number 5, network as much as you can. You've got to get out there and network your face off. And I'm talking about meeting your circle, meeting your database, meeting anybody in your network. Get out there for coffees, get out there for lunches, get out there and door knock, get out there and go to events. Things are opening back up now. Put yourself out there as much as you can. Go meet brokers, go meet people in the industry, go meet as many people as you possibly can. Sit down, make a list of every single person you know and start pegging off who you can go see on a daily basis. Motion creates motion. If you're in the office, no one's buying a house from you. You've got to get out of the office. You've got to get out on the streets. You've got to go network with as many people as you can. Try and get your word out as much as you can. Try and connect as much as you can. The more people that know you're in the business, the more people are going to be able to see you. They're going to remember you. They're going to know you, like you, trust you. Get the word out when you need it. Now, this can also mean, as a sidebar, online. Social media is a little bit of a different category. It's going to be a whole different video. But as part of that networking, build up your social presence, build up your online presence, get your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, get it all up and running so when people are online, they see you. They see you, they get reminded of you, they remember that you're out there, and then when you network with them face to face, they remember that post, they remember that you were doing stuff. It's going to take 6 to 12 to 18 months to get you going anyways. You may as well take baby steps. Put yourself out there as much as you can. It will add up over time. The time's going to pass anyways. You may as well make sure that as much people know you as possible at the very beginning. The snowball will take over as you get that momentum, as you get networking. People will start to remember you. The more that you're out there, the better it's going to be. So don't lack the networking aspect. Make sure you're taking action every single day to get out and talk to new people, whoever that may be. Set a target for the week, set a target for the month, and go out there and do it. I hope this video was helpful. If you need anything else, if there's other things you'd like to expand on, or you'd like me to answer questions about some of the things that I talked about in this video, DM me on Instagram at TheKenTrip or comment below. I'm happy to answer anytime. I hope to see you soon. Good luck. Get out there. Let's make some deals happen.